Welcome, loungers. I hope everybody is doing as great as I am this evening. I just wanted to do a quick upload for you guys just to kind of talk about what has happened this afternoon. For those of you who did not know, at approximately 6:14 p.m. Eastern Standard Time today on July 13th, 2024, former President Donald Trump was in fact shot by a marksman of some sort, okay? And there really isn't much information that is coming out in regards to this because, of course, the Secret Service is doing an investigation on this matter as we speak. As we know, as of now, at 9:04 p.m. Eastern Time, the former president, is doing fine. They're saying that he is safe. They're not telling us his condition or exactly where he was shot, but it does appear that he was shot over the right ear, which appears to be either a graze or something along those lines. But there was blood on his face, and like around his ear area and so forth and so on. So that was recorded, and there were many Secret Servicemen that were covering him. And of course, Trump was being Donald Trump, where he was, kind of trying to stand up and show solidarity for, with the crowd. He was trying to let them know he was okay. He was being pretty defiant with the Secret Service and trying to let the crowd know he was okay, putting his arm in the air, kind of symbolizing, that he's doing well, that he's okay. They were trying to get him into the Secret Service vehicle to rush him out of there. And he was still trying to stand up and show the crowd that he was fine and so forth and so on. We all kind of know Trump's personality. He looked pretty angry, of course, at this situation. And, there's a lot of thoughts that's going around, a lot of different opinions that are out right now. And I want to tell you guys what my opinion is, because I honestly was pretty surprised at what I saw today, as most Americans were, probably as most people in the world now who have seen this and have heard about it are. Okay, just because this is not something that we generally hear about at rallies and so forth and so on. The last president that I know of that was actually shot was President Ronald Reagan back in the 80s. He was, in fact, shot, and there was an attempt of an assassination on his life. Prior to that, it was John F. Kennedy. Any other ones I really don't know about. So y'all let me know in the comment section if y'all know of anybody else. But those were the ones that I do know of. So this is unprecedented times that we are living in, a very interesting time that we're seeing and things that's going on. But I definitely wanted to give you guys a quick update on my opinion in regards to this. I thought about going live and doing this as a discussion, but I think I might want to open this up as a discussion at another time. I'm just kind of not in the mood to have a discussion about it tonight, or really have a political discussion. But I do want to give you guys my opinion about this, because I do have some strong opinions in regards to this matter. Now, I do think one of two things is happening in this situation, and we're going to get into it right now. Make sure you guys do hit the like button on the way in, and I do appreciate all of you who will watch the replay on this show. Let's go ahead and get into it, guys. So one thing for sure and two things for certain, as we get closer and closer to the election day, we are going to see some unprecedented things happening around the world, okay? And especially around our country, okay? There are a lot of people that are politically driven to do various things, okay? And, let's keep in mind, the two candidates that we have that are front and center that are running for president currently as we speak. We've got Donald Trump and we've also got Joe Biden, okay? There are people that feel very strongly for both sides. There are, radical people and radical groups of people that feel extremely strongly for both sides, okay, and are against both sides as well. So with that being said, we can expect to see some really crazy things happening around these elections, okay? One of the things that I have thought of in regards to this matter is that there is a group of people who obviously multiple people are against Trump and do not want to see Trump go into office, particularly because of Project 2025. There's a lot of fear in regards to Project 2025. I would like people to do their research on that because that is a program that has been attempted to be implemented for many, many decades by many presidents, okay? Donald Trump is not the first president to discuss this. He is not the first time that this issue has come up. It just happens to have a new name now, and people are talking about this, and there's a lot of fear around this. There's also a lot of fear around women's health and other things that are going on, right? For instance, with the abortion pill and and the Supreme Court getting involved in the opinions of whether or not women, what happens with women's bodies and women's health, okay? These are things that are real concerns for the American people. And so, therefore, there are people that are standing up against these things in very radical ways, okay? So I'm not saying that this is actually what happened. All I can say is, it appears that, someone is either attempting to send Donald Trump a serious warning sign, okay, or a serious warning signal. And I want to kind of elaborate on that for just a second before I get into the second thought of what this may be, okay? So the opinion of, them sending him a serious warning signal is, if someone really wanted to, obviously this person who committed this crime is some type of marksman, okay? And we'll talk about the offender in just a second because they're actually saying that this person has been killed, okay? But we're going to talk about that in just a second. But either way, obviously, this person is a trained marksman. This person was not directly standing right there front and center in front of Trump or behind Trump. This had to be somebody that was at a distance, okay? So clearly this person is trained. They're able to shoot at a target and hit their target, okay? Clearly that's the case, okay? Even though, they're saying that this person has been killed, I do have an opinion about that, and I want to talk about that in just a second. But ultimately, if this person is trained and they're a marksman and they went to hit him and they did hit him, okay, the fact that they didn't, the fact that they got as close as they did to his temple and didn't hit his temple, which would have been an instant kill, which would have been, instant death, okay, the fact that they hit the ear area or they hit like somewhere around there or even grazed the area is telling me that this person was intending to hit this person as a warning shot, okay? Not that this person was intending to hit them and kill them, okay? It is possible that they really were and that they were just a terrible marksman, right? And that they were trying to hit them, and they tried to kill them and it just didn't happen. But the chances of that happening from the shot coming from as far as a distance as it did tells me that this person is trained, that they're able to hit a mark when they want to, and they can off a mark if they can make, a mark, be off a little bit if they choose to do that as well. That is what I'm thinking when it came to what happened in this situation. So it sounds like, just based off of those and off of that theory, that, this person was sending Trump a warning shot, okay, as well as to his supporters, they were sending a warning shot, okay. I actually have a third thought on this too. So the second thought of this would be that, with the warning shot, that they are attempting to create havoc or create a situation between Trump's supporters and non-supporters, which would cause like a civil type war, okay? I'm thinking that could be another theory of what could be going on because, again, this is tough times. People are scared. People are afraid. People are angry. And when you got angry, scared, and afraid people, you get violence, okay? And so that is definitely something that could be a theory as well. The third theory I have is that this is a full play on the American people, okay? And that, this is kind of like a play on our minds, right? This is not a far-fetched thing. There has been many a times where propaganda, very strong propaganda like this has been used against the American people, okay? Wars, for instance, have done this. Various other things have happened within our country that has caused people to move out of emotion and cause people, to move out of anger and out of fear, as opposed to moving, logically. Okay. So, generally speaking, we try as people, as human beings, to move with logic, but when things happen, that we're very passionate about, we tend to move with fear. We tend to move in anger and so forth and so on. And so it almost as if, the people are trying to be pushed into voting for Trump, right? Like not being defeated. The American people hate the spirit of defeat, right? So we will always take on a spirit of control, and we have power over this situation, and so we will take power over the situation, and then we will, we'll mitigate it ourselves. In this particular thing, I'm thinking that because Joe Biden is losing so badly in the polls, there's so many opinions coming out from all across the world of what Joe Biden's condition is and whether or not he would really be able to, go into office and remain in office for the next 4 years, whether he would die in office or he would just become, incompetent and Kamala Harris would then have to come in and take over. These are real fears that the American people have. And so I feel like this may be a play to kind of play against the American people, play against our minds for people who were not wanting to go for Trump after the whole 2025 campaign, the Project 2025 thing and the fear of that, that now they want to go ahead and push for Trump in fear, of these radicals that want to take him out, and how dare they do this to our Americans. This is kind of how Americans think. And, that's my thoughts on that, Like I said, I don't know which one of these three theories is correct. I don't know if any of them are correct. All I know is that this looks like, it could be a possibility of all three of these things. Okay. And, all three of them could tie into each other too, right? Where there is a specific marksman that's out here who, was going after him for political reasons in order to play on the minds of the American people, in order to sway the American people to vote one way or the other. His mind could have been have people vote for Biden. If this was a play against the American people by the government, right? This could very well be something that says, hey, vote for Trump because, we as Americans will not be defeated, right? We will not, be taken down in a sense. We will not be pushed into an agenda. We will not be pushed into a thought. This is kind of, the thought process we get, but yet we're oftentimes pushed into agendas and thoughts, based off of propaganda, if in the event this is, propped up propaganda. Okay. So those are my thoughts on this. Again, I might be wrong. I might be right. I don't know. But you guys let me know in the comment section what you guys think. And I will talk to you guys later. I appreciate you guys listening in. And peace, guys. Thank you guys again for watching. It's funny because I almost forgot to tell you guys about my opinion about the of the shooter. Okay, so allegedly, what they're saying is that the shooter has been shot, okay, and killed, and that there was actually a second person that was at the rally somewhere in the crowd that was killed as well. I don't know if that's by stray gunfire or whatever, right? All I know is we can't believe everything we hear on the news. I do believe that in order to keep people not so afraid, right? To put people kind of at ease. They want people to believe that the shooter is dead. Until I see a body or a name or something associated, I'm not really sure how I want to take that, right? I don't know, guys. Okay, so we'll stay tuned for that part of it. But I'm having a very hard time believing that they shot and killed the shooter, because I'm really leaning towards the shooter being somebody who was at a far distance, okay? Somebody who wasn't directly right there at the rally, where they would have been able to see and physically see this person right away. So I have a very hard time believing that the shooter is dead. I have a very hard time believing that. And I truly believe that the shooter is still at large. Okay, that's my thoughts on that. Again, I could be wrong. And if they did ever find the shooter, I don't think they would ever tell us. I think they're going to stick to the story that the shooter is dead because that's something that they just want us to believe. Okay. But that was way too quick. Right after the rally, within minutes, this person was dead. I just don't believe it. I don't. I am having a very hard time with that. But again, I could be wrong. So we'll see what happens. I appreciate you guys. Peace, guys. Thank y'all for watching.